Welcome to Americans Living Abroad and Old Head Mindset, the podcast where we explore unique stories of Americans who've left their homeland to embrace new cultures and new lives abroad. I'm your host, Ricky Tillman, and today we're launching our very first episode with an incredible guest. Now, have you ever felt like packing it all up, starting over, and going overseas? Well, that's exactly what Cornelius Collins did 35 years ago. And today, he's gonna tell us how that bold decision took him from a small town in Arkansas all the way to Australia. But it wasn't all sunshine and smooth sailing. His journey was filled with challenges and life-changing moments. So, if you ever considered going overseas, living overseas, you want to stick around for this one. So welcome to the show, Cornelius Collins.
Glad to be here. How I came to Australia, well, the first time I came to Australia was in 1987 in the U.S. Navy. We had a layover here in Australia. I was here for 5 days, and I met a young lady, and we kept in contact. And then when I went back to the States, and I was based in San Diego, California, she decided to come over and see me. And I still had like 2.5 years left in the Navy. Mm-hmm. And she came over and became a nanny and stayed, and we ended up getting married 9 months later. And once I finished my Navy career, I came back out here. Mm-hmm. My family in America wasn't too impressed with that because they wanted me to stay in America and live there. But in my hometown, being a small population, there was no jobs there unless you want to work in a sawmill or in a brickyard, and I didn't want to do that. So when the Navy recruiter came to my school in high school and said, do you want to join the Navy and you explore the world for free? We look after you. So I said, yeah. And that's how I came to Australia.
Okay. Well, let's back it up a little bit. Let's go back to living in Arkansas.
Yep.
What was it like living in Arkansas?
It was good because everybody knew everybody. People knew your grandma, your mom, your dad, and so you couldn't get up too much mischief because everybody knew your in-laws and your folks and all that. So, but it was good, man. I enjoyed my childhood, but it just, as I said, there was no job opportunities when I finished high school, so that's why I left. But it gave me my morals and values growing up there, So I'll go back every now and then, like I was telling you, Malik, before we started this podcast, that I went back in October last year for 7 weeks. It was good. You know?
You got a big family?
Yes. Mom had 7 of us, 5 boys and 2 girls. I got a twin sister that lives in Illinois. 2 of my brothers are passed on. But yeah, it's good to go back and see everybody, nephews and nieces and cousins and that, catch up. And,
Right. And how do you stay connected?
Facebook and also on Messenger. I'm always FaceTiming my twin sister and my older sister and that, check on them, see how everything's going and that, Because a lot of changes happen in America, as you know, the election and all that coming up. So I'm making sure they're sweet,
Yeah.
So yeah.
So when you live overseas, you have that, you want to keep that connection with family. That's important.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
How often you stay in touch with your twin sister?
Every day. Every day. We talk about movies on Tubi, what movies to watch on Tubi, and she's a big football fan like myself, American football. So we talk about the Steelers and her San Francisco 49ers, and which is good. Yeah, she's doing well. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, going through high school, when you getting ready for that next phase in life, how did you decide, or what made you decide to join the military?
As I said before, because there was no jobs in my hometown, and I thought, you know what, this is the best way to go. And I don't want to be there and be like some of my friends that are still there, drinking and smoking weed and still living that same lifestyle. I want to get out of that, So the best thing I ever did, man, leaving there and coming out here and exploring the world. Like I've been to the Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, Japan, Korea, numerous of times, and coming to this beautiful country,
Yeah.
It's been good.
Yeah, so you've been all over the world.
Yeah.
What about Australia that you love the most?
Just the people. Like when I first came out here in '87, I was meeting this girl at a pub in the city, and I was waiting on her. This guy's like, "Oh, she's gonna turn up, man. Don't worry about it." He said, "I'll buy you a pint of beer," and I was shocked because you don't get that back home. You don't get that. Some stranger want to buy you a drink. So that impressed me. And it's just people. It's just a friendliness of people, you know.
So you got the people,
Yeah.
the culture, the country.
Yeah.
Which one stands out?
I've done a lot of different jobs here in Australia, and the people just embrace you. You know what I mean?
Right.
It takes a while to get used to because Australia take the, as they say, take the piss. So you gotta learn how to be able to deal with that. Because when I first came here, I wanted to throw hands, man.
Did you?
Yeah, because they, say something, you didn't take it the wrong
terminology?
way. Yeah, and you take it the wrong way. Like, what would you say to me? But
Right.
as you've been here for a while, you know that they're just joking.
Right.
And that if they care about you, they're gonna take the piss.
Right.
So yeah, I just learned to deal with it. But I don't have no regrets about living here, man. Not whatsoever. Yeah.
So when did you first move to Australia?
I came out here in 1990. First time I came in '87 in the Navy, and then back here in 1990 when I finished my Navy career. Yeah.
What was the reaction to family when you say, okay, folks, I think I'm gonna pack up and move to Australia?
My mom was cool. She was cool with it. Just my older sister, because we had a special bond. And she just thought, why are you moving all the way over there? You're so far away. And still today she'll have a little dig, But
Wow.
this is home now, I go back to America to visit, but this is home. I've been blessed to raise 3 beautiful daughters here and got grandbabies now, so yeah, It's good.
It was something that I know about you because I've known Carl for many years.
Yeah.
Everyone has a uniqueness to them. Your unique character is that wherever you go, you know everyone.
Yeah.
There's no strangers. Is that an Arkansas thing, or that's something that's instilled in you?
Yeah, I just believe that if you can add something to someone's life, man, if it's just a minuscule thing, it's like, how you doing? Have a good day. Have a blessed day. You know that someone's going through something, some battles. So if I try to instill a bit of happiness into life, man, I've done my bit,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm here to do, you know what I mean? So that's why I try to do it. Even when I do security, I try to bring that out. You know what I mean? I'm not here to make anyone's life difficult. I'm trying to make people better.
Right.
And experience, joy. So I try to do, yeah.
Legacy. Let's talk about legacy. You got your grandbabies.
Yeah.
Your daughters.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about it.
When my oldest daughter is Aisha, she's 26, just had a baby on my birthday. A granddaughter named Novi. That was a blessing. And I got with Christy, I got 2 step grandbabies. One 8 and about to turn 9, and one 6, boy and a girl. And they call me Popcorn because they can't say Cornelius, so they call me Popcorn. But they just add a different dimension in your life, you know what I mean? They're just the joy and happiness, and yeah, I love it.
Right.
I love being a dad. I got, like I said, 3 beautiful daughters, 126, 125, and 120. So they just, bubbly like myself, outgoing, just love life, so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
Good. Now, if you had to explain to people who are considering moving overseas or to Australia, what would you say to them based on your experience?
I say come over and give it a try, It's, some people might like it. It's like when I tell people to go to America, I say some people love America, some people hate it, But I love Australia. Australia's been good to me, man. I've maybe studied here, going to TAFE. I've done TAFE courses here. I've traveled to Brisbane and Melbourne, so I've got to see some of the sites here down south and all that. It's just a beautiful country, man. The people are great. So I tell family members all the time to come over here. So hopefully they will come over here one day and just check it out, But it's hard, man, when you first, being from a small town in Mississippi and me being from a small town in Arkansas, coming to a big place like Australia,
Yeah.
Just dealing with the colloquialisms and how people talk over here and all that, when they're taking the piss out of you, you know what I mean?
Right.
But other than that, man, it's been good. I have no regrets, man, whatsoever.
Yeah, you sort of get in where you fit in.
You do. You have to, man. And it's provided a good lifestyle for me here, Always had a job here and met some wonderful people like yourself and Kev. And yeah, man, raised my daughters here, so it's been good to me, man.
So I mentioned some of your life challenges. What's been some of the most?
Oh, well, I had a health scare this year, a stroke. So that was a bit of a challenge, because I work in security and that, so you have to, be on your point. But thank God it wasn't a major stroke. just a minor stroke. So that's about it, really. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That was scary because I wasn't expecting to have that. You know what I mean? I thought I was fit and healthy,
Yeah.
but life throws you a curveball. You deal with it, you know.
Well, any lifestyle changes you've done? since?
Yeah, just try to cut down on my fatty intake, and don't drink anymore. Just try to drink non-alcoholic beer,
Right.
and go for walks and that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
try
a
not
bit.
to stress.
It's a little bit tricky with the Australian culture,
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is.
taking the alcohol out of it.
Yeah, because everywhere you go, especially working in the industry that I work in, through
Yeah.
security, you see beer all the time flowing.
Mm.
But just things you got to do in life to be around for your grandbabies and your kids, man. And your wife.
Yeah.
She thought I was joking when I called her and told her I had a stroke. She's like, "What?" Because I was just going for a checkup,
Yeah.
and they found it. So yeah.
Let's talk about the adventure. What kind of adventure have you gotten up to living here in Australia?
Well, I went down south and I climbed Bluff Knoll.
Did you?
Yeah, I climbed Bluff Knoll. Yeah, that was interesting because I'm not into hills and mountains and that sort of thing. But
Right.
I was doing a church camp and they said let's climb Bluff Knoll. So I did it, man. Yeah, my daughter was like, I think she was about 1 when I did it. But yeah, it was good. Yeah. It's good.
They're outback.
Yeah, but just going, like I said, going down south, man. My wife and I love going down to Bustleton and Dunsboro and that. Just to get away, They got some good wineries and breweries down there, so yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go back to your military career.
yeah.
What kind of experience was it for you?
Okay. Like I said before, growing up in Arkansas, I've never been on a plane before.
Right.
So when I joined the military and had to fly from Arkansas to San Diego, it was the first time I've ever been on a plane before. So that was a bit freaky, but got through it. And all my buddies I grew up with in high school said, we're gonna join the military with you, But on the day that I joined, no one joined. I joined by myself. So, and it was, when you first get in the military, as you know, it's a bit daunting, especially being from a small town. You know what I mean? And you got the civilian way and then the military way. So that was nerve-wracking, but by the grace of God, I got through it, man.
Yeah.
And yeah,
How many years were you in?
4 years. I did.
4 years.
I probably would have done longer, but I got married during that time, and she wasn't keen on me staying in the military, and
Right.
she wanted to come back and see her folks. So when I finished my Navy career, we came out here.
Being in 4 years, was it a tough transition from civilian, from
It
military
was.
into
It was a
civilian life?
first. Yeah, it was a first. But you adjust, man. And I was blessed to work on Coronado Island in San Diego, and you got to travel. So I was based on land, but they call it sea based, but I was based on land, but I got to travel as well. So
Yeah.
it was good, man.
Now, let's go back to, what about safety? How do you feel? Do you feel safe living in Australia?
Yes, I do. Because we're from all the crap that other countries like America has to deal with. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel safe here, man. Yeah, very much so. I feel safer here than I do in America when I go back to America. You know what I mean? I'm always watching my back, and especially when you're in the shopping centers and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But here, man, I feel pretty safe. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Perth, most isolated city in the world.
That's right.
Yeah. We're sort of like a country town anyway.
It is.
Last to get everything, and
Yeah.
so yeah.
I think it's benefited me in that area because it's kind of like, like I said, I'm a laid back sort of person, so Perth suits me,
Yeah.
I didn't care too much for Sydney, too fast paced for me, but here it's good. Yeah. I enjoy sport. I got into the Australian rules because my ex-father-in-law, he got me into the West Coast Eagles and that. And I should shoot him for that, but no, I'm joking. But got me into the Aussie rules and that, and the Perth Wildcats and that, and I've been following them ever since,
Yeah.
And I met some good people, man, in my life, good friends, man, through my journey here. When I was going through my failed marriages and that, friends helped me get through that. Yeah.
What's that like? I mean, you have to reinvent yourself, don't you?
Yes, because the first time I was here for only for a short time, man, when my marriage busted up. So that was scary, dude, because I didn't know a lot of people, and I was working as a child care worker, and I just came home and that was a Dear John letter, and I'm out.
Right.
So that threw me for a loop. But you just pick yourself up, man. And I never once thought about going back to the States. You know, never in my mind, I go, it failed here. I'm going to get on a plane and go back to the States. Never into my mind. I just pulled myself up and like, hey, keep it moving, you know.
So what I know about you, you're a giver. So I want to talk about some of the community work you've done since you've been in Australia.
Well, I worked at, I did volunteer work at Shalom House, dealing with people that are addicted to drugs and alcohol and that. I was a mentor for them for a bit. That was very rewarding. And now I've just scored a job with NDIS. I'll be doing that, working with a client who's got mental issues and that. Just helping him get through his day, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll be doing.
Great work. Great work.
And I like I said before, I like doing Shalom House. I knew Shalom when I worked in the prison because Peter Lyndon James used to come, the CEO of the Shalom House used to come and talk to the prisoners and do Bible study with them and that sort of thing. So I got to know him then. And then when I saw this Shalom House again, I thought, hey, I'll contact him. He said, yeah, we're looking for mentors and come down and let's do it. So that was very rewarding, yeah.
That's great.
See the change in people's lives, you know. Just be there for them, you know.
Great impact. That's great work in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all got battles that we face. So it's good to have somebody to listen to, you know.
All right. So what's next for you?
Well, my health is getting better. Just like I said, I try to give back, man. So that's what I'm doing. And also, I'm also going to be working at a high school near my home, being a teacher's assistant. So, education assistant. So, yeah, just try to give back, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about try to help the future generation, man. To see there's some good out there, you know, not all bad, all good, you know.
Now, your story is a reminder of the love and the resiliency and the connections that we make along the way.
Yeah.
That's what make life what it's all about, really.
It is, man.
So
it is, but most definitely. And my church is good as well. I go to churches, you know, which is good as well, you know. Just having that connection to Christ and that, so it's good.
Yeah, yeah. So, Carl, what are some of the funny comparison or unique differences that you notice between Australia and America?
Okay. When I first came here, and we drove past a Red Rooster, and it said like barbecue chicken. So I thought, you know, like American barbecue. So I got excited, you know what I'm saying? I thought, oh, here we go, you know, good old barbecue. No,
Right.
big letdown. It wasn't like the barbecue in America, you know.
Right.
But other than that, and just because I did miss the food when I first came out here, I did miss the food, and Australia has gotten better.
Right.
And also driving on the wrong side of the road. That's another big challenge, you know, because you have to get used to driving
On the opposite side.
on the opposite side and that. But yeah, that's about it really, I think. My first in-laws were English, so that took a while to get used to, you know what I mean, because they're different as well, you know, and the way they make tea and coffee and that sort of thing is different than the way I have it. So
Right.
and
Well,
just-
iced tea.
yeah,
Right.
so get used to that sort of thing, you know. But it's just been good, man. I really, yeah, it's been really good, yeah. Oh, I tried Vegemite when I first came out here. I don't know why people eat that, but anyway, the worst thing ever, man.
It's an acquired taste.
Oh man, it was big time.
Yeah.
And then I took some home last year for my family members to try. Oh my, no,
What'd they say?
bad.
They didn't like it.
Like tar, dude. They just they did not like it, man. But like you said, it's acquired taste. But it just wasn't my thing.
Right.
Wasn't my thing, man. Wasn't my thing. But they say you got to spread it on your toast thin.
No, the secret, yeah. You got to
That's-
put it
that's
on
the-
the toast.
on
You
thin.
can add a bit of Swiss cheese to it,
Yeah.
and that really tops it off.
I have to try that Swiss cheese thing, but
Yeah.
I just can't get into it, man.
Right.
I've tried, but it's just nah.
It's like red wine. You have to keep trying, and it gets better.
Yeah,
All the time.
I
Yeah.
can't do it, man. I can't do it. But my wife doesn't even have it.
No.
That's why I know it's bad. Because
Yeah.
she don't have it.
Well,
You
it's
know,
a lot of
unless she
Australians
does it
don't.
when I'm not home.
Yeah, a lot of
But-
Australians don't
But
have
she
it.
she don't a bunch of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, that's about it.
What about the flies? See this fly flying
Yeah,
around
no,
here?
I can't do it. That's why I admire you for working at Exmouth. I
Yeah.
can't deal with flies, man.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding not too long ago in Northam.
Mm-hmm.
Man, whew, the flies were shocking, man.
All right.
I can't deal with the flies, dude.
Yeah, if you go up north, they're gonna get you. You can walk out.
But that's about it, really.
Yeah.
Because being in San Diego, there's not a lot of flies there, man.
Right.
I don't know why, but San Diego was not a lot of flies. Like when I first came out here, I was like, what's going on, man? Like attacking you, man. But other than that, yeah,
Yeah.
it's been good.
Yeah, I remember bringing my brother over and went up to Exmouth, and I didn't warn him about the flies.
Yeah.
And as soon as you step outside the car, you get about 1,000 of them on your back and around your ears. And he was like, man, what is this? Yeah.
Yeah. And just people's perception of like Australia, you know, with like kangaroos in your backyard and all that sort of thing. Because I live in the hills, people like freak out, like, oh, you know, what about fires and that? But if your house is insured, man, you don't stress. You know, and I don't see. I've seen maybe one brown snake. It was dead.
Yeah.
Since I've been living in the hills.
So that's a big one. When I go, every time I go home, they're always telling me about, oh, you got the deadliest snake and spiders. I said, well, we rarely see them.
Yeah.
You know.
I've seen one, man, in my 34 years here.
Right.
So you're not everywhere, you know what I mean? I think it's like just, you know, in your backyard and that.
Yeah.
But no.
Okay, so what would you recommend for Americans to do if they were thinking of coming to Australia?
Okay.
To get that connection, I guess, with Australia.
My wife and I have been very blessed because one of my high school church buddies back in the States, she's a teacher now. So every time she knows I'm coming back home, we do a talk to the school kids about living in Australia.
Okay.
The currency, the places we've been, meeting people, and that sort of thing. So we just tell them, like, go explore it. Because when you're growing up in Arkansas, you just think this is the place to be. Get out that mindset and travel. So we just tell them to go travel, come see Australia because it's a beautiful country. People are friendly, beautiful beaches. Come have a look, you know. If you don't like it, so be it. But at least you've had a taste. You know, documentaries, you know, you can watch a documentary, but you got to come see it for yourself. Because I watched documentaries before I came out here about Australia. And I thought everything was red dirt and all that, but no. You know what I mean? Because it's your mindset, you know what I mean? You think everything's red dirt, but no. So, yeah, just come out and see, man. Come have a look. Yeah. And we've been blessed to do it twice. Talk to school kids about living in Australia, and they loved it, man. Good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good. Really good.
I know that would have been so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you definitely have to have an open mindset and, you know, be able to embrace everything. It's the key to it is just embracing what's in front of you. Yeah. The people, the culture, the country. You got to embrace it. And just the same thing with anything in life. You got to be willing to embrace your environment or get out of it. Yeah. That's part of the key to life, in my opinion. So, again, thank you, Carl.
No problem, buddy.
Thank you for tuning in to this special first episode of Americans Living Abroad. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the next episode. And if you found Carl's story moving, be sure to share it with a friend. Until next time, this is Old Head Mindset reminding you to follow your dreams wherever they may take you.